All right, Jody, time to do your fake radio sex thing, even though you're both happily married. Go.
Good morning, Charlie Pierce.
Morning, Jody.
All right. So that concludes that portion of the fake radio sex section of the show. Okay. Back to your happily married spouses.
One discussion of personal grooming of a private nature, and I'm out the door. I'm just saying. This show has taken an alarming turn over the last few weeks.
Yes. Oh, well.
You dare to do it, and she'll do it.
I believe Crystal Boy referred to my private parts as stubbly yesterday, and that is not, you don't know that, and it's not true. It's not stubbly. Okay, Charlie.
There's not a lot of genital interest in this subject.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know how we got onto it.
And that's a problem.
Let's get onto your important piece. The Republican Party has developed new rights of initiation. You must push the big lie. We allow ourselves two political parties. If one of them is permanently delusional, the whole system goes out of balance. Thank you. I mean, who's the terrifying woman that you quoted in there from Michigan? Because this is happening, as you said, not just on the national level with, Romney and Cheney and it's all of these, all the way down, state, local, right? Who's this? Oh, the woman from Michigan.
County Republican parties.
Right. The woman from Michigan said, I think I speak for many people in that Trump has never actually been wrong. And so we've learned to trust when he says something that he's not just going to spew something out there that's wrong and not verified. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
They're wrong.
You sound
moving to Atlantic City, but he wasn't wrong. That's why they blew the building up last year.
Sorry, your connection sounds underwater, but try again, Charlie. What were you saying? You were...
All right. Hang on just 1 second. I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, no.
Is that better?
No, it was more of your audio.
You turned
that's fine.
You turned the light off.
Go ahead, Charlie. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can we start again? No, I don't want to start again because then I have to make the female grooming.
No, go ahead. Okay. No, your audio is just a little in and out, but go ahead. We were just saying that, and as you said, the alleged big news is about Romney getting booed and Liz Cheney maybe out by who knows the end of the week. But you were saying it's these people like this woman in Michigan that are terrifying, that this is the purity test now for this party all the way down to the local level.
That really worries me because these are the people who will determine the next generation of congressmen.
Yeah.
Or congresspeople, I guess. And they're being taken over by irrationality.
Yeah.
And it no longer matters, I don't think, whether or not you're sincere about it. I hear a lot of things saying, oh, they're just saying this because they know it's politically advantageous. I don't care. Even if you're doing it from purely political reasons and don't believe a word of what you're saying, you're still putting it out in the national bloodstream.
Yeah. I mean, where was this one? Just in terms of local officials, too, facing censure and threats in states from Iowa to Michigan to Missouri for publicly accepting the election results. I mean, it's just, that's what sort of Cobb County Republican Party in Georgia said. There's no Republican I know of that I've spoken with who has come to me and said Biden won fair and square. I mean, just as a party.
I believe that, by the way. I believe every word of what that guy said. I don't think he knows any Republicans who would say that.
Right. I mean, you're so good, Charlie, at looking at the history of this stuff, though, and you said Republicans were willing to believe almost anything about Bill and Hillary Clinton. Then there was the Tea Party, the stuff they threw at Barack Obama. You said the party has now attached itself to an even more malignant lie is simply an example of the iron laws of political evolution. So, as you always say, they didn't just come out of nowhere, the Republicans.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It has its roots way back, I'm sure, at least on the conservative side with, the McCarthy era, the McCarran era, and all of that. But we have Democratic presidents have been attacked with irrationality since at least 1992.
Yeah.
when they didn't expect the Democrats to win. George H.W. Bush had an 80% approval rating, and he was going to win again. And then they didn't.
Yeah.
And then all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
And they've never quite been able to get the crazy back in the bottle.
Yeah. One professor was quoted here saying, it feels like this has been happening in the Republican Party for a really long time, echoing what you said, Charlie. If you would allow an entire contingent of your caucus to be steeped in conspiratorial thinking, what do you think's going to happen? They're going to turn on you. I mean, it feels like they lost control of, Donald Trump, and now they've lost control of the entire party because of him. They're just, they really are. Trump's the monster they created, and now the whole mob is the monster, right? And they don't know what to do about it.
No, they have no idea. And I don't know that there's a Republican out there with either the gravitas or the political smarts to get it under control.
Yeah. Well, and you've made a good point about the media. You said there is no question worthy of being asked Republican politicians except, do you accept the results of the 2020 election? I mean, it's, because you're right. How do you go from, you can't, how do you have a discussion about anything else if you can't admit that basic fact? If
the answer to that question is not an unequivocal yes, you're dealing with somebody who isn't serious about their job. That's all there is.
Right. And Charlie, so you wrote another piece. The cyber ninjas have called in men with badges to protect them from Antifa. It is not getting any more dignified in Arizona. I opened the show with the news of the second Steele dossier and how much the FBI continued to trust him, right? And a lot of, this same and different stuff, but more of the same was in the second dossier. I was just saying, and that we've had confirmation about Kalimnik and Manafort and all of this. I keep saying, can you imagine if Hillary and Democrats and whoever, Antifa, had seized the ballots in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania? And it's just, this is insanity. That
John Kerry in 2004.
Right.
He grabbed Ohio's ballots.
Yes.
And gotten an honest count. Yeah. Well, first of all, it's a fundamentally an absurd exercise because I don't care, because we already know, A, what they're going to find, and B, that it won't matter except to the people who are in the cult already. They're not going to convince anybody with their results.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess, except that, Charlie, you can see it coming, that they're going to say, oh, yes, it was fraudulent, Trump won, and use that as an excuse to do it in other states.
They're going to move the act to Georgia, and then they're going to move the act to Michigan, and then they're going to move the act to anywhere they have a legislative majority, depending on what the rules are for recounts.
Right. But that's why this is such a dangerous new precedent. That you just go, okay, so where your party has control, you're just going to seize the ballots and then do a secret audit and then say, oh, we really want, and
it's turning out that crazy Republican candidates for office are in there counting ballots, and an Arizona Republic reporter tweeted out saying, hey, whatever the guy's name is in here counting ballots, and they threw him out of the building.
They did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it? Oh, somebody.
Filming with confidence on the cyber ninjas.
Yeah, some reporter tweeted a picture, right, of one of the guys.
That was that reporter.
Yeah, was at the Capitol riots, right?
They tossed him out.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's as somebody said, Charlie, this is election fraud. What's going on in Arizona? It's part of the January 6th coup. It's the continuation of it, and we're just sitting here watching it, right?
And where's Arizona? Where's Jeff Flake, who doesn't have anything to lose? Where's
Jeff Flake no longer lives in Arizona. He lives in the Maryland suburbs of DC. He's not really tied to Arizona much anymore.
Well, he's still got some influence there, I would think.
Not really. The Republican Party doesn't pay attention to him there. Definitely. The Democratic Party has never liked him there, so he really doesn't have a lot of influence there.
Yeah, all right, well,
and by the way, Donald Trump is continuing his Pee Wee Herman, I know you are, but what am I strategy from 2016? Puppet, no puppet, you're the puppet. He has what did he said? He is. Another.
I forgot about I'm no puppet. You're the puppet. That was a great moment in American political rhetoric.
It is the I know you are, but what am I strategy? He via an official statement from the office of the 45th president.
I know you are.
Right. He has said the fraudulent presidential election of 2020 will be from this day forth known as the big lie. See what he's doing there? He's trying to take Right. He's trying to repurpose big lie. Right.
He and his people are just too clever for my
right. Oh,
branding.
Is he still using like hashtags and
Yes, he is.
He does.
Twitter,
He ats people in his stupid statements. Like he's still on Twitter, loser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By the way, the term "big lie" was credited to anybody? Bueller? Yes. Joseph Goebbels. Correct. Charlie Pierce, noted historian of the Stephanie Miller Show. Yes.
I didn't get a chance. Oh, you've had John Meacham on. I'm not the historian.
Well, okay. When we can't get John Meacham, which is most days, we will. Yeah, he's just so.
Perhaps he's been listening to the show and seen what a strange turn it's taken.
It's right. It's just such an 8-year-old strategy.
John Meacham has a career, after all.
Right. It's just he thinks it's like so clever to use obviously what everybody means as you're lying about election fraud. You go to be the big lie that Joe Biden won. And that from heretofore will be known as. Okay, so Liz Cheney, let's talk about this.
He didn't actually use the word heretofore, did he?
No, I threw that in. Okay.
I was going to say.
Well, this started, I think, with Liz Cheney said the 2020 presidential election was not stolen. Anyone who claims it is spreading the big lie, turning their back on the rule of law, and poisoning our democratic system. Oh my God, I will hate someone forever for making me defend Dick Cheney's demon seed, Liz Cheney. Okay, so then Trump called Romney a stone cold loser and Cheney a big shot warmonger. Okay, so what is going to happen with this? By the way, you're all awful in different ways. Fight.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I said they're all awful in different ways. Please fight. But who's going to win this whole? I hope they don't take Liz Cheney's advice because she's saying really sane things, but apparently she's not going to last the week because of being sane.
Well, she's not going to last in leadership. I don't think they're going to beat her in Wyoming.
Yeah.
But it's just, this is just another example of the fact that Kevin McCarthy has no soul and no spine, and it's the emptiest suit in Washington right now.
Yeah. Well, she said.
I think Trumpism is going to win for at least 2 more election cycles.
Yeah.
Trump. I don't even know if I still have. I pray every night for his coronary arteries, but he may well be poisonous to the political movement he started.
Yeah. Well, Liz Cheney, everything she said made sense. We can't rebuild the party or the conservative movement on a foundation of lies. We can't embrace the notion the election.
The conservative movement was built on a foundation of lies.
That's true. But let me just.
It sits on a throne of lies.
I'm sorry. What's that, Sean?
It sits on a throne of lies.
Oh no, I heard you. I was looking for the soundbite. Okay,
He's a liar.
Okay.
My God, supply-side economics is a lie.
Right. She said we can't embrace the notion the election.
The equivalent of our founding fathers was a lie.
Yes. She said we can't embrace the notion the election was stolen. It's poison in the bloodstream of our democracy. The way we win back suburban voters and keep all who voted for us in 2020 is with ideas and policy. We can't be a cult of personality. We can't whitewash what happened on January 6th or perpetuate Trump's big lie. It is a threat to democracy. What he did on January 6th is a line that cannot be crossed. I hate to say everything she's defending Liz Cheney.
You know what else was a threat to democracy? Lying this country into a war.
Yeah.
That was a threat to democracy.
Yeah. There's somebody, I can't remember, related to her that had to do with that.
It was a threat to democracy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the Wicked Witch of the West on this one.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's speaking out and saying what's obvious to every thinking American, but she's still Liz Cheney and she still stands for some horrible policies and a whole bunch of lies that started with her father, who is the father of lies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He does sit on a throne of lies. Sean's still looking for it. Okay. But the point is, right, that it is good advice for their party as much as we hate their party and their ideas. But it sounds to me, Charlie, like they're saying this week or by the end of the month, she could be out in Republican leadership.
By the end of the week, she could be out of leadership.
Right.
It's really starting to slide. But Kevin McCarthy, good God.
Yeah.
Just quit.
Yeah.
Just get out. You just get out of there before, they find you as a puddle in your own shoes in the hallway.
Good advice, Charlie Beers. All right. You have to bid your fond fake goodbyes to Jody Hamilton now.
This idea that my affection for Jody is fake.
Where's that coming from, Stephanie?
It is fake radio sex.
Don't
You are both
question her
happily.
love.
You're both happily married.
This is obviously the ravings of a sexually deprived mind.
Yeah, I think you're just jealous, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
it
diminish
is
their love.
no more real than the fact I'm going to have sex with Glenn Kirshner. It is fake radio romance.
Don't
Jody
you
and
disparage
Charlie.
my love. Do not disparage my
Love
love.
is love.
I am bitter.
Love is love, Stephanie.
I am bitter, and I want everyone
Mama
else to be bitter.
Mama gotta get some. Mama gotta.
Yes, Mama needs some.